What's going on? Wheelies. Whee! Whee! And I'll see y'all soon. Oh, that happened. What's up, YouTube? Back here with another video, and today I brought out my fake Grom. Can't even really call it a Grom, but it's about as close as it gets without being one, and better. I'm gonna get us to a better spot so I can show you everything about it, but yeah, let's get into this. It's a little backstory on this. About a year ago, I was in the market for something lightweight, something real lightweight I could train on. And I figured, yeah, you know what? Grom's perfect, and I like the look of the SF, but those things go for like $3,000 a piece for a base one, and I wasn't gonna do that when I could buy something like this here. Oh yeah. This here Grom clone. Buy all the aftermarket parts I could ever need to include a different engine that makes 3 times the horsepower, and use this as a stunt trainer instead. Ooh, it looks like we have visitors. So I did just that. I went up and picked up a 2023 at the time, Boom Vader, or what they're called is a Boss Vader. Let's say hi to this guy. What's going on? It's real rocky down here. Whee! 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 Oh yeah, I'll never get tired of doing that. So yeah, I went and bought a 2022, 2023, whatever year, Boss Vader, carbureted Chinese clone of a Grom, and decided to just swap out all the things that I hated, which happened to be about 95% of the bike. So, we have arrived. I am rusty. So this is my Grom clone, 2023 Boss Vader. And God, I don't even know where to start with the thing. So I guess I'll start front to back. Other than the obvious things like cosmetics, I went and installed some pro tapers on risers, RSC righteous stunt metal clutch, Brembo brake for the rear running to a dual caliper. I got a P34 for the handbrake and a P32F for the foot brake. Wow, it's getting windy out here. These are the stock forks that came with it. Went through some 30 weight fork oil from, I believe, Bel Air or whatever company makes it. I have an RSC 18 for the front brake, which is just running the stock. It's an MKS oversized rotor bracket with oversized rear rotor, aftermarket swing arm, retrofitted Two Brothers exhaust, and this is one of my favorite parts of it. This is not the stock motor that comes with it. It comes with a 125cc generic Honda engine. I went and picked up a ZS212. Makes about 18 horsepower, about 13 more than, yeah, something around there. Either way, makes about 3 times the horsepower as the motor that came with it. Still carbureted, of course, but once you get it all dialed in, it really isn't too big of an issue. You can wheelie this thing all day. It doesn't really care. It doesn't sputter on you. It's fantastic. Of course, had to get my little custom seat made. Shouldn't got white because I have to clean it a lot, but you know how it is. Aftermarket rear shock. Now this was one part that was really, really difficult because I went through about 5 different rear shocks before I found one that wouldn't, you know, blow on me within 30 minutes because I like to bounce this thing hard. And yeah, there's that. Down here I'm running an oversized rear sprocket and a changed front and rear sprocket. So it originally comes with a 420 size. I upgraded that all to 428 just to get a little more strength out of the chain there. You don't want it stretching on you too much. Crash Industries stunt bar, which still haven't tapped this bad boy yet, but pause. You know, baby steps. Running a custom Nibby carburetor different jetting, different whole bunch of stuff. With a overflow tube I ran all the way down here, because when I'm at perfect 12, it likes to dribble fuel out, and that's no fun. Just like with any normal stunt motor I run, I like to run Rotella T4 or Rotella T6. So that's what I got in this sucker. I'm running Rotella T4, I want to say it is. Well, that's a terrifying sound. I don't like these Pokemon bugs out here. And giant aftermarket car horn, because why not? Tired of people not hearing me on my little mini Grom. And I used to have one of those handlebar speakers before I mousetrapped real hard, getting used to this P34 caliper in the rear for the handbrake. And I body checked it and front flipped over the bars. Honestly, the only protection I have on this thing is the rear cage and these little pegs, which I bolted into the bottom of the rear sets, and they do the job. Sometimes they'll move a little bit when you crash, but you could twist them right back. Here's where I had a cup holder before, you know, things happened. Now with these Boom Vaders, Boss Vaders, same thing. There's a couple issues you'll run into, like the electricals. The contacts in them wear out extremely quickly, so I went ahead and replaced them with just some aftermarket generics I could find on the internet that are built a little bit better. Same thing with the blinkers in the front. I went integrated taillight in the back just to keep it cleaner. And yeah, just like all my other bikes, GPS, 2 trackers. Put 2, because 1 fails, 2, not really gonna happen. Sweet. It's time to start making my way downtown. Go find a good place to try to pop this thing up, because again, it's been a while since I rode it. I've really been all over that Suron since I picked it up. Doing a wheelie on one of those is completely effortless compared to a Grom. I mean, yeah, I have 3 times the horsepower with this engine and a bigger sprocket, but it's still got some weight to it. Definitely heavier than my Suron LDX, so you actually have to pop this one up. Sounds a lot nicer than a stock Grom too. This thing needs a little bounce to get it up, unless you're in first gear. First gear, you could just power wheelie it up, but honestly, I'm not a fan of wheeling this thing in first. With its sprocket ratio and the torque it puts out from this little high compression ZS212 motor, it's kind of frisky, if you will. Not the smoothest feeling in the world. So to date, this thing has on it just about 5,063 miles. I would say about 4,500 of those miles are with this ZS212 engine. And with some just routine maintenance on a bike like any other bike, and you know, fixing the things you break as you go, which honestly isn't a lot, this thing is extremely reliable. And if you're ever looking to build a little stunt, hold up. I doubt y'all heard my voice over that. If you're ever looking to build a little stunt Grom clone or anything like that, shoot me a message. Maybe I could even do a walkthrough. I'm sure I have a video somewhere of the engine installation, which really wasn't too difficult. But one thing you're going to want for these is a 3rd motor mount plate, which has to be custom made. I happen to be the only person I know that makes them, so again, if you're looking for those, shoot me a message. But overall, the process is simple. If you have ever swapped an engine in any dirt bike with a, you know, Honda generic shaped engine like the Honda Grom has, or a lot of the pit bikes have, it's pretty easy. It took me about 2 hours. Electricals was the most annoying part, and that still was only about 4 wires having to be changed. So some of the perks of swapping this engine, other than, you know, obviously having more horsepower, is not only do my gear indicators still work up to 4, but I have an extra added gear. I have a 5th gear, which really helps with this sprocket ratio. Ooh, that sounds crispy. It really makes a world of a difference. So I can still go about, you know, I'd say comfortably go about 60 miles an hour. I'd really say more towards 55. But absolutely pinned out, you could get it going a little quicker, and that's all with stunt ratio. This seems like the perfect little place to get back used to this thing, that is. Oh yeah, I am not used to the weight difference. Okay, well, I got it up, but that was nowhere near nice. Woo! She's a little bitey today. So yeah, bouncing this thing up in second, relatively easy. You just got to get used to it. And Try not to hurt yourself in the process. Don't come out here rusty like me, doing that non-stop. And one little thing I did to this, which really helps a lot for someone like me who's going to be abusing the life out of the clutch, I went and replaced it with an aftermarket clutch, which took me all of maybe 35-40 minutes. And one thing you might not want to do that for is it makes the clutch pull significantly harder, because those springs are like 20% heavier, 15-20%, but it bites and hooks a lot easier. So, ooh, that's not good. Shouldn't allow that to happen. So that's something to consider. You know, with these, you can throw on almost any single upgrade that will fit any normal Grom of this era. It'll fit right onto the clone. The frame's pretty much the same. Fairings are slightly different, but they look identical. And everything else, with the exception of a few tiny modifications, is pretty much exactly the same. I think more people are coming in. Should probably let them go. What's going on? Wheelies. Nice guy. Well, since all of my wheelie spots are filled up by either people or more people, I suppose this little back street that's not even named will have to do for now. Try to get used to the thing. And there's a little less wind with these fences. Oh yeah, that felt better. Felt a lot better. That felt worse. That felt a lot worse. Absolute chaser. Horrible. Garbage. I promise y'all I could usually 12 this thing and do my stand-ups, but yeah, it's looking like it's gonna take another day. Another day of getting used to this. That's what happens when you get a new Sur-on and ride exclusively that for like 3-4 weeks straight. Don't even touch a little heavy, dense machine like this. But either way, we're having a good time. Oh, another thing. To the 400 or so y'all that subscribed in the past 2 weeks I've been doing these videos, big shout out to y'all. I'm very grateful. I'll be sending each and every one of you a fruit basket via Malaysia Airlines. It'll be there as soon as it arrives. You know how that kind of thing goes. Either way, I'll make sure to do another video of this thing soon when I'm not as rusty. But for now, let's get some cruising down, because it's getting windy everywhere I go. All that being said, highly suggest you guys pick one of these up if you're looking to build a cheap, affordable, droppable, breakable, fixable little stunt bike. I would say all in all, with everything I have done to it, between purchasing the bike, having it shipped to my door, literally in a big old crate and box, pallet, whatever you want to call it, and all the mods I've done with, of course, being someone with bikes, I have a couple extra things laying around like hoses, clamps, bolts, all that fun stuff, but everything all together, probably about somewhere in the 32 to 3,500 range. For a brand new bike that's fully set up for whatever you wanted to do, that's not bad. You get a lot of options with these things. Additional stuff about a little bike like this is obviously we got fuel economy way out of the way. This thing is amazing. I could stunt all week, only fill it up a couple times, and it costs about $1.72 each time I do it. But lightweight framage. It's not a big bike where you have to deal with all that weight and really hurting yourself when the thing falls on you. This has already fallen on top of me twice. It's lightweight. You can get all the fundamentals down. Wheelies, stoppies, stand up on the rear pegs, steering, everything you need to get done to learn how to do this on pretty much any bike. Oh, the voters are out. It's legal, right? Hell, it's hard to tell where the steps start and where they end. Whee! So that's a majority of it for today. I just wanted to go over my other main little stunt trainer that I got here. My little mini bike. You guys will be seeing much more of this thing, much more of the Sur-on, and much more of whatever I get bored and decide to pick up. Because, you know, we like to have fun out here. Woo! So with that being said, appreciate all of y'all. Like and subscribe. Hope to see you back here soon. Have a good one.